All right, Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller has given 17 years of his life to the U.S. military. He made a video that he published on social media. Now, the military responded by placing him in pretrial confinement, not because of the constraints set by law, but they did it to silence him. Fortunately, the great folks of this nation will not allow this man to stand down, and Pipe Hitters Foundation, which I'm a board member of, has raised almost $2 million for Stu's legal fees and to support his family as well. He was railroaded. I mean, this is insane, folks. Earlier, I sat down with his parents to talk about it, Stu and Cathy Scheller. Take a listen.
Go ahead.
Well, it's an outrage. It's, the thing that saddens us the most is these generals are hurting the reputation of the Marine Corps, of the Navy, of our armed services, and our country. And it's as if they can't even see that.
Right.
They're blind to it. And I suppose it's arrogance. They're stubborn, but they know and they believe they can win the battle against Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller by putting all the forces to bear down on him as they have for the last 30 days.
Right.
But you and I know, and America knows, they are going to lose the war. And the war is the American people standing up, demanding accountability. It's not just Stuart Scheller anymore. Mm-hmm. It's the American people are contacting their Congress people. They're finding their voice. And that inspires us. And that's why we are continuing to tell Stuart's story.
Well, Stu, I can tell you unequivocally that I'm not even going to let the military win the battle on this one, because there's a number of people that I've been talking to behind the scenes, congressional leaders, Senate leaders, and even governors are upset about this. And we've actually done a lot behind the scenes, as you know, very well know, to make sure that the military doesn't win this battle. And I don't think they will. And the issue I see here is the military's job is to put bullets in bad guys. When you start making the process the punishment for a bunch of people who've served their country like Stu Jr. has honorably for 17 years, you start losing good men and women that are willing to go overseas and enforce our foreign policy. So, Cathy, what has this done for the family, and what's your response to senior military leaders on this?
Well, first of all, I'm in contact with a lot through Facebook and social media, email. I'm talking to a lot of military families, and let me give you an example of one of those. I got a message from someone that said, our family has proudly served since 1914, and I have had 4 children serve. And I tell you, after seeing this, no one else in my family is ever going to serve.
Yeah, and unfortunately, people like Stu are the people up in the upper ranks with the integrity that we want serving. I mean, what do you tell a general who has just basically cut off a complete vein of honorable men and women that would serve the country?
It's tragic. It's tragic for America. It's tragic for Americans. It's harming our pride. People from all over the world are connecting with us saying, can this be happening in America?
Yeah. So there are several battles. One is with the senior leaders. One is to free Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller. Obviously, our fight and our priority is to free our son honorably with his benefits, and we are asking Americans to do that. The fight with our senior leaders, ask your Congress people to continue to challenge them. That's all we can do. We're a mom and pop trying to protect our son and our grandchildren, and it's been difficult. But you know what? I tell people, Cathy and I haven't had to spend the last 5 nights in prison.
Yeah.
And we have been given low expectations that Stuart could spend time in prison for a very long time if they so choose. Right. And so we're in it for the long haul. This is an ultra marathon. We'd ask Americans to continue to pray, to contact their congressman. We would ask them to contact Eddie Gallagher and Andrea Gallagher's organization, pipehitterfoundation.org. The comments on there have been inspiring. Veterans that are on disability benefits are giving $5 because they're outraged. It's just, I have to read those about once an hour just to keep going because it inspires me to keep asking for help.
Well, Stu and Cathy, I can assure you that this will not go away. I am on the board of Pipe Hitters Foundation. We've been fighting since day one. We have your back unequivocally, and we are going to make sure that this gets made right one way or another. We're not going to let this go. I want to talk about the time in prison, pretrial confinement they have him in. The book, in which the military throws out whenever it's convenient for them, it says that if you cannot put somebody in pretrial confinement unless they are a flight risk, which Stu doesn't appear to be at all, or if you're a danger to yourself, which he's not, or if you're a danger to others, which he's also not. Even if the answer is yes to any of these, the duty of the admin officer subjecting these over to the legal process says that you must find the least constraint possible to fit the needs of the military. Now, they're saying that he is doing undue harm on the military. He's calling for accountability. So what the heck is he doing in pretrial confinement? Why isn't he overseeing the trial for these generals who screwed this up?
Wouldn't that be wonderful? Before we go there, I would just like to say when I saw what Pipe Hitters did with those representatives, with the names on that letter, I, as his mother, just cried. It meant so much to me. And it just restored my faith in America. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, well, Cathy, Stu, I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, but just know you're not going through it alone. You have my information. You have Eddie Gallagher, Andrea Gallagher. We will move mountains for Stu because we appreciate what he did for America and what he's continuing to do. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.